don't really know why, but every time I'm about to go live, I'm nervous. I guess I've done this like a million times before, but yeah. So I don't know if you guys could see me. I don't know. I don't know when it goes live too, because there's always like a buffer. Like there's a delay. So you guys could maybe have seen me like sitting down, fixing my hair. Every time I'm about to go live, I could have heard like Indy coming down the stairs or something. I don't know. I don't know what you guys saw or heard. In any event, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Since I've done a live stream, and I hope I remember how. I hope you guys like the new setup. Got a new streaming setup going on. New camera position with finger guns apparently, and new lighting setup. And I made the room darker and moody. You know, maybe a little sexy. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But if you would prefer like more light or something, I don't know. Let me know. And also let me know how the audio is, because I had to when I did this, when I built this system, I obviously had to reinstall OBS and set up all my preferences and streaming streaming settings and all that. So like audio delay is a real thing with OBS, unfortunately. So if the audio is out of sync or anything like that, let me know. But as long as everything looks good, we could press on with our first stream in quite a long time. And I'm really glad that you guys can join me, and that I am not actually still dying, because after CES, it doesn't matter like what precautions you take, or you know how healthy you think you are or you're gonna be, but man, you get sick. And I got sick after CES, but it was brief. It was I got home Saturday afternoon, and I got sick Saturday night and Sunday morning. And when I woke up Sunday morning, I thought, uh-oh, this is going to be bad. But as it turns out, I kind of kicked it by like Monday morning, so I was good. So I was happy about that. Unfortunately, Mike, the Manic Geek, who is a moderator in chat, say hello, Mike. He was my production assistant, my go-to guy all weekend, all week actually, and so I think he got it a little worse than I did, and sorry about that, Mike, but con crud will get you, man. Every year since I've been going to CES, I've gotten sick afterwards, and there's like nothing you could do about it, and it sucks, but. I think you're powering through it, so I think you said you're feeling pretty good now. So, thank you very much, Mike. I could not have done CES without you. You are my rock. No, thank you very much. I really appreciate everything you did, from editing to shooting to taking notes and even going to meetings on your own. So, thank you so much, Mike. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope you guys out there all enjoyed the content. Because it was a grind, as it is every year. It's it's the hardest week of our schedule, and although view wise it's hard to say what's going to happen with every video. Overall, if I were to, so I published 17 CES videos. And if I were to publish 17 regular videos, total amount of views for those videos would be far and away ahead of where the CES view count was. So we know going in that there's diminishing returns to doing all this work. But you go to CES for the people. You go to CES to shake hands and like go out to dinner and swap stories and meet the vendors that you work with all year round. And it's a great experience, and I hope to not miss it anytime soon. So, I'm glad for any of your guys' support during CES. Watching videos was primarily, I guess, what you could do. But if you guys are interested in the content, I really appreciate you sticking around and watching all those videos, because I know it's kind of a slog for you guys too. All you see in your sub boxes for a week or two is stupid CES videos, which we're putting out there for you guys. So, man, thank you for gutting that out. and appreciate your support throughout CES and the rest of the year too. So yeah, just going over here into the chat and taking a look. See that well, Mike's here. Good, you guys are chatting it up. Remix is here. What's going on? Andrew Acosta, Micah Burzy, Infinity Tech. Keith's here. God, Keith, what are you doing here? Get the F out. No, I guess you could stay. Ian's here. Richard Nolasco, Creeper Gold, Clint Varnum, Christopher Wilkins. I can't name everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I don't know if you're in here just watching because I promised to give stuff away. It's certainly possible, and I'm not going to lie. That's one of the reasons that we do these things, right? Is to get you guys' attention. But I hope that you want to hang out a little bit, chat. This is it's a CES live stream, right? So feel free to fire away with your CES questions. I will do my best to answer them. Obviously, a lot come through. Couple other things I wanted to mention. So we'll be talking about the giveaway in a second. For this stream only, I put a special on my merchandise because I got a lot of comments during the during my CES coverage when I was wearing this specific hoodie, this blue one, that people really liked it. That's great. If you want to buy one, you can. bpscustoms.com, and in the video description, I put a link just for today, just for you guys watching the live stream. It's 10% off all my merchandise. It's code CES 2020. So, actually, I don't know. I think I might have put a space in there, and there might not be a space. I'm gonna check on that right now, actually, to make sure. Promotions. See, there's no space. Yeah, no space. Let me adjust that. So the code, if you guys want to get 10% off of merchandise today, is CES 2020, all one word. There, I fixed that. So there's a link at bpscustoms.com if you want to go grab that stuff. There was something else I wanted to mention too. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot. It's been a couple of weeks, man, and I can't wait to get back to regular content. There's I have so much going on right now. I have a whiteboard that's right above here that like my video schedule, my video release schedule, and it's got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 spots. So it's got 14 video spots on it. They're all full, and I've gone to the next side of it, and I've started going down there. So I have there's a lot still that I have to go through, a lot of content. And it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy all the way to Computex, I think. At which point, maybe we'll see some actual announcements. Maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully there'll be some exciting stuff. Okay. So, there was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I don't know. Jeff M's here. He's a channel member. Thanks, man. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for supporting us. Oh, yeah, if you guys want to be a channel member, that's something you guys can do, too. I got a couple questions about my Patreon, because I had a Patreon for a long time, and I felt like I wasn't properly supporting the Patreon community. I wasn't providing enough for what you guys were contributing. I mean, there was money coming in, and it was great to help support, but I wasn't paying. I wasn't giving it back. I wasn't doing anything for you guys to be paying me money. So I felt like I felt like I was stealing. I didn't want to do that. But if you guys want to support the channel directly still, you can do that through the membership. There's a little join button down below this video. That's great. I appreciate it too. So, man, I guess maybe I should scroll up and start looking at some of these comments and whatnot. Okay. So, Super Chat came through from Currently Kent. Let's get this party started. Okay, yeah, let's do that, man. Good old con flu. Everybody gets sick. Yeah, unfortunately, everybody does get sick at these conventions. There's almost nothing you can do to help it. Paul was actually implementing an interesting strategy of not really touching anybody, which I guess worked for him, because I don't think he got sick. But I don't know. I was not being that cautious. was throwing bear hugs around like they were candy. Super chat from Old Man Ian. Thanks, man. $14.99. You don't got to do that. But thank you. Thank you very much. If anybody else wants to do that, you don't have to do that either, but you can. Great coverage. Wish that Thermaltake View 51 was mesh. Fantex has a few great cases as well. Did Fractal Josh, LOL, at Cooler Masters Meshify. I'm not going to comment on any one company's comments on any other company's products. I think that's only fair. The Thermaltake View 51 was a really interesting case because a lot of people seem to think that it was a ripoff of the Lian Li, which I get, but I guess there's only so many ways you can make a rectangular box. It wasn't that blatant. It wasn't as blatant as like some other companies' cases that we saw. It was, I guess, in the same vein. But I don't know that it necessarily needed a whole bunch of mesh because there were gaps around the panels. Pretty significant gaps. Same thing the Thermaltake did with their View 71, where it looks like it's just enclosed in glass, but it's not. There's like, half an inch gap around the entire panel, and it's not filtered, so it's like free flow of air. I mean, I haven't tested it. Maybe I will, but I would anticipate that it would be pretty good thermally. Like the View 71 was really good. So if it's in that kind of vein, I guess, then I would think that it would be pretty good. So we'll see. Christopher Wilkins, what is your first best budget case that's still great for the buck? Please tell me. All right, I'll tell you. I don't know what budget is. Budget is different for everybody. If you're looking for sub $50 or something like that, I don't know. But I mean, I think the best reasonably priced case that I reviewed last year was probably the Be Quiet Pure Base 500. That case was like virtually silent and had decent enough airflow for what you're going to put inside of it. It's cheap. It's like $80 or something. Looked pretty good. It's Be Quiet. Build quality's on point. I gave it an Indie Award when I reviewed it. It was really good. So that. They also refreshed it. They had like the DX version at the show with, I mean, it was $20 more, so that's something to consider. Maybe that takes it out of the budget category, but yeah, it was like mesh front, RGB, extra fan, stuff like that. So another super chat from Andre Ferrado. Yeah, this isn't my thing. I'm sorry about that, Andre. Wish there was more functional MITX cases. The Lian Li Mini is a good step forward, though. That is going to be the next big case, I think. And I think Mike probably agrees with that. That was the fact that they made it so small for an ATX case, fits full ATX motherboards, and also could fit other size motherboards with modifications. So it wasn't just like a big size ATX case that you can put an ITX motherboard in. No, like they modified it so that the proportions were correct for a mini ITX or a micro ATX board. So like the interior didn't look weird with a tiny motherboard in this huge space because they would move the motherboard down. It allows you for more fan mounting on top and on the bottom. They spaced out the I/O properly. This is pretty amazing for that. I think they said it was going to be $90 or $100 or something like that, and it could potentially even come with that LCD screen in the front too. It's crazy. Like the Lian Li is charging ahead with a lot of these. They're like the new leader, I guess, like in the desire category. NZXT has been leading in sales like for years now. And if you go on Amazon, NZXT has like the 5 top selling cases. It's crazy how many cases NZXT sells for a company that's not that big. But as far as like the case that everybody's like, I want to build in that case, it's been Lian Li, right? For like since the 011 Dynamic came out. It's that, the 011 Dynamic, the Dynamic XL, the TU150 if you want like toaster size, and then there's now the 011 Mini. So I think that they're really doing good things, Lian Li, and they just reached out to me today and they asked me if I wanted their new streamers, and I'm like, yeah, send those things over. I'm gonna do something with them. But yeah, the Lian Li's really doing a good job. Another super chat, Bubs Noble, 10 Canadian dollars. Keep going. Your content is some of the best going. Oh man, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. I've been working hard on just making sure the content is good. I mean, CES, it's tough to differentiate because everybody's back kind of running around doing the same thing, right? But other than that, like I've been trying to work on my audio and video quality, and making sure that I'm making interesting videos. So if you guys like them, make sure to let me know, because I want to know what you'd like and what you don't. Like, YouTube comments are just pretty toxic at times. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know, but you know, there's a way to like communicate with a creator to say that you do or don't like something without just being like, you're a dick, I hate your video. You know, like those obviously I don't take seriously, but like if you have constructive criticism, I read all those comments. So please let me know. I've implemented a lot of ideas that I've gotten from comment section into future videos, and I would love to keep doing that because that means that I'm making content that you guys want. So yeah, let me know. But thank you so much for your donation. We got a new member, Currently Kent. Look at that. You got the BPS Customs badge and everything, man. Thank you very much, Mr. Kent. Mr. Currently Kent. All right, I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to see what else we got here. Oh, Mike says he's still getting over his flu. Yeah. Memorin Glout says, how many meetings did you guys go to? So we went to, okay, the schedule versus how many actual meetings we had was a little bit weird. We had one meeting that was like 3. We had one planned stop that was 3 meetings. We had the CES show floor where I had like 5 or 6 listed meetings. That was really only one stop also. But on my calendar, on our shared calendar for CES, we had, I think, 23 meetings. I think I'd have to go back and count. But yeah, that was over the course of 5 days, 23-ish meetings over the course of 5 days. It was hectic. Okay. Oh, so you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't I talk to you about the giveaway? Because I know people want that, and you know, there's a good amount of people in here now. I'd love to keep chat. I plan on streaming for about an hour, so we've got another 40 minutes to talk. But let me just talk to you about the giveaway. So when we go to all these meetings at CES, all the vendors want to give you something. Usually it's a little something. Sometimes it's stuff. It's really cool stuff. Sometimes it's just kind of throwaway stuff. But we end up with so much swag, and Mike can attest to this because he was kind of in the same situation that I was, where I didn't even know how I was going to get it all home. I had to like jam on my suitcase to close it, and I brought my big boy suitcase. It was enormous, and then of course I was overweight on the scale at the airport, so like had to pay $75 to fly my bag. I know like some other creators actually packed a box and like shipped swag to themselves. It was a lot of stuff, but I can't do a lot with a lot of this swag. And Thermaltake, especially when I was like, maybe I'll give this stuff away. Thermaltake gave me this. This is one of the things I'm giving away. This is a Thermaltake water bottle, right? So my rep gave me this and a backpack, which is another thing I'll be giving away. This Pelican bag. That thing is pretty dope. He gave me those 2 things, and I'm like, oh, thanks so much. Like, I don't know if I could use them. And he's like, well, do you want like 100 of them to give away? Not 100, but he's like, do you want a bunch? And I'm like, I don't know how much I could fit in my bag. And so he gave me like 3 water bottles and 2 backpacks, and like he's like, yeah, give it away. That's a great idea. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I can't necessarily use. I'll show you some of it here, but I'm gonna give away 10 things. Okay. So this is how it's gonna work. These items are not all that expensive. This, you know, water bottle, backpack, like there's like a thumb drive here that looks like a Thermaltake Tough Ram. These aren't like hugely expensive items, okay? I'm not going to ship them outside of the United States. I'm sorry. I feel for you guys that are not here. trust me. But listen, I can't. It makes no sense for me to spend the amount that it would cost to ship this item to you guys in Europe when this is worth $10, you know? So I'm so sorry. If you have like a forwarding address in the United States where I could ship it to and then they'll forward it to you, great, you're eligible. But sorry, US only on these giveaways. These are very small items. I do usually try to include some kind of global giveaway, and I would like to do that in the future, but just for this stuff, I'm so sorry, US only. Please don't hate me, okay? So, what happens if I pay for shipping to Canada? I don't think you want to do that. Like, I mean, how much is it going to cost? Would it cost you to buy this versus pay for me to ship it? It would cost you less to go and buy this somewhere. So anyway, I got a bunch of stuff. So let me show you the stuff. Okay, so we got the water bottle, right? Thermaltake water bottle. We got 2 Thermaltake USB thumb drives. These are like the Tough Ram thumb drives. We got the backpack that I showed you. This one. It's actually a Pelican bag. It's really cool. We got 2 water bottles. Got Cooler Master bag. And in the Cooler Master bag is like there's some stuff. There's like a Cooler Master style chi charger, there's a pen, there's other things. I don't know, there's a pin. So Cooler Master bag. There's these, which are from Fantex. These are speakers. These are little USB speakers that are shaped like their Evolve X case. These are pretty cool. Got this, which is Zotac, like Lego toy, I guess. It's like a build your own mech thing. 380 pieces. And a Patriot, like collared button down shirt. Patriot, right there, Patriot. I don't want to take it out of this because I'm not keeping it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I lose something? I lost something. There's going to be 10 winners. Mike's going to link the giveaway, or he already did. Going to link the giveaway in the chat. There's also the link down in the video description. The link is going to be only live for you guys. So it's live from like now through midnight. So I guess you or anybody who's maybe watching the VOD like right after this goes live. So yeah, you have to kind of watch the live stream to be eligible for this. And this is kind of the way I want to do giveaways. From now on is like to reward the people who are actually hanging out. So I'm gonna have. I know I said I had 10 things. I only counted 9. I don't know what happened. I have other stuff. Don't worry about it. There will be 10 total prizes. Okay, you got to be 13, and yeah. So it's just Gleam, but you don't have to do anything. So you just have to go onto Gleam and log in, and then you're entered. So I will pick 10 winners. Tomorrow or something like that. You have to be in the US, so if you're not in the US, I'm going to redraw. But as long as you're in the US, I will announce the winners on Twitter and I will email you. The email is going to come from my business email account, which is Bryant@bpscustoms.com. For some reason, Gmail thinks my email address is spam. So once I send out the winners' emails, I will post on Twitter. Please just check your spam. So respond to my email with all your shipping information, and I'll ship you your prize. They're going to be chosen at random. You can't choose which one you want. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. And yeah, that's about it. So sorry for those of you who aren't in the United States, but I hope you guys understand. So yeah. Okay. Let me scroll back up and see if you guys are going to yell at me for saying US only. What do you guys think of the video quality? For Christmas, I asked my wife for, not like I don't have enough stupid cameras, but I wanted a dedicated camera to do this. So I want to stream more. I want to do more videos like this, and I have a camera now with the perfect lens for this. So it's a Sony A6400 with a Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens, and I have it hooked up to the second generation Camlink 4K. So I could use this as a webcam. I can use this to stream with. It's as easy as literally like flicking a switch on my camera and starting OBS, and I could stream. So, and I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? All right. What size shirt? It's an XL. All right. Okay, so sad I'm Canadian, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, man. Somebody said that they entered without knowing it's US only. That's fine. No worries about that. Like I said, if I draw you and you don't have a US address, I'm just gonna redraw. I will try to do an international giveaway soon. Okay. All right. So let me scroll back up and try to answer people's questions. So fire away about CES itself, like anything you guys want to know about the show, the vendors, what I saw, what I liked, what I didn't like, kind of food we ate, what we did in our downtime, stuff like that. Just go nuts, man. I will see what I could. I will see what I could find through for as far as good comments, and I'll just go on, start talking. Peanut butter. Are there a lot of vendors at CES? Some companies that I'd like to see never seem to be in any videos. I mean, there are more. I mean, in total, there are more vendors at CES than you could possibly ever see in your trip. The CES show floor itself is just bananas, and that's where most of the vendors are. Not necessarily the vendors that you guys would want to see from me. Most of our vendors, like the PC industry people, are set up in hotels, so they have their own suites, or sometimes they're in like the conference center, so they have like a ballroom or something, but they have them set up that way so that it's easier for us to go and talk to the reps and film, because it's excuse me, cold brew's getting to me. It's a little quieter. The lighting can be better, even though it never is. And it's easier for them to, specifically talk about a product without just being bombarded on all sides with people, which is what happens in the convention center. The only vendor that we see regularly, that we make appointments with in the convention center, is Inwin, and they're there every year. I don't know why they choose to be there as opposed to a suite, but they are, and I guess it's just the way they're going to keep doing it. So everybody else that you saw, I mean, I got a couple comments in some of the videos like, why are you not on the show floor? Why are you in hotel suites? That's where they are. Like, I'm going to go meet them where everybody sets up. I can't tell them where to go. And unfortunately, that means that we have to, if you're at all familiar with Vegas, it may sound like, oh, you're just going to hotel to hotel. It might not be a big problem, but you walk from one hotel to the next hotel, it's 15 minutes. It's like going across the street is a 15-minute walk. So it's a thing when when you have a meeting at one hotel and then another meeting in another hotel, and you have to get from one to the other, and also then get up and down the hotel, because they're packed and you can't always get up to the rooms. You got to like wait for somebody to take you up, and it's a thing scheduling those meetings. So let's see. Any word of EVGA making AM4 boards? No, EVGA does not work with AMD. They are NVIDIA exclusive. And Intel exclusive, sorry. Both NVIDIA, Intel exclusive. They do not work with AMD. Did I get jet lag? I really didn't get jet lag. I go out to the West Coast often enough where it's not really a problem. Occasionally I'll zonk out an hour early or wake up an hour early, but for the most part I don't really get jet lag. Like Mike can attest to this. Even though like there was a day early on when I woke up at like 5 a.m. And this decided to go downstairs and play poker. It didn't affect my like rest of the day. I still, worked the whole rest of the day and edited at night and then went to sleep at a normal hour. Did you meet up with Jeff Craft Computing? I did several times. Me and Jeff met up, had some drinks, had some laughs, had some more drinks. Okay. Jacob Tran, hi Brian, first live stream in the decade. You right. Asus had that 360 hertz panel. Can a 2080 Ti get it there? I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the game. Like, right? I would imagine like a lot of esports games, it could get there for sure. Most like AAA titles, no. But I mean, that's not to say that like the next generation of card won't be able to do it. I think that it's good that the monitor world is progressing still. NZXT don't do anything. You mean they didn't show anything? No, NZXT was not showing anything. They didn't have a presence at the show. MB67, are there any vendors you weren't able to get to? So at the end of the show, actually, I had a whole bunch of videos planned to do on the show floor at like the big vendors. So like Sony, Panasonic, LG, Samsung, stuff like that. And I just scrapped them. I was so burned out at the end of the show. Me and Mike were walking around the show floor and we filmed at Inwin because that was one of our appointments. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're not doing this. So we just kind of walked around. We just saw some stuff, played with some robots and then just left. Like, it was good. We spent a couple hours on the show floor and I felt fine about it. And next year maybe we'll make a more dedicated effort to do some more of those show floor videos. But to be honest, that kind of stuff doesn't really perform well. You guys prefer to see like PC centric content as opposed to just general electronics. So, I mean, maybe next year, but yeah, we skipped a whole bunch of stuff on the show floor. Other than that, made every single one of my vendor meetings that I was scheduled during the week. Super chat from Hugh Wong, $10. Thanks, man. Thank you for all your great videos, Brian. I am always looking forward to them and appreciate your hard work. Say hi to Steven and Greg. Oh, Greg, that bastard. So Steve actually, Steve and I had plans to meet up, and him and his entire team got deathly ill, like Thursday. So Steve is like me. He's got appointments booked, and he's crazy with work and scheduling and stuff like that. And he just like, it's either he's filming or he's editing. He's filming or he's editing. The whole time he's there. So he didn't have a lot of time to schedule time to go and do things. But Friday, we were supposed to meet up, go to dinner, whatever, do something. And he texted me on Thursday. He's like, man, I'm sick as a dog. He canceled all his appointments on Friday because he was literally just like dying. So Steve, I didn't get a chance to see this trip, but we actually are already working on like another project to do together. So I'll see Steve again. And Greg, Greg and I hung out like basically the entire week. And it's funny because he and I just like rip each other constantly on Twitter, and we're just like great friends. Like, like if people saw the way we interact in real life, I mean, there's a little bit of trolling there too, but like we're just really good friends. So the thing that the social media back and forth is just kind of for fun. Remix says, I felt it was awesome that Keith, WCCF Tech, showed up on the Full Nerd. Yeah, he told me about that was kind of like by accident. He just happened to be where Gordon was setting up, and he just hopped on and chatted. So that was pretty cool. I'm glad he got to do that. I didn't get a chance to watch that yet, though. There's still CES content I haven't watched. I don't know if I'm going to at this point, but yeah, unfortunately. Travis Stillman, your collab with Steve recently brought me here. Glad it did. I like your content. Thanks, man. That's why we do collabs, right? So you guys can discover new content creators and whatnot. And I'm glad you found me. Thanks for sticking around. Was this the first time you did a video with Brian from Bad Seed Tech. It was pretty funny. Big thumbs up. Yeah, Brian. So Brian and I have never met in person, and he's another one that we have a funny back and forth on social media. And he was only out there for literally one day, not even 24 hours. He got in like Thursday midday, and left Friday a.m. or something like that. So we had like no time to plan or anything in particular, but he was like, as soon as he landed, he hit me up. He's like, hey, where are you? I was over at the Gigabyte Suite at that time. So he came and he met me there, and I'm like, hey, let's do something stupid. And I'm like, I'm going to make fun of your beard. How about that? And he's like, yeah, let's go for it. So it was like all completely like improv. We were like, I'm like, I think I'm going to say this, but let's just kind of roll with it and see where it goes. And he's like, yeah, cool. And that little like, I don't know, throwaway at the end of the Gigabyte Suite video, that was that was fun. Like, we did that one take, and I think it came out really good. So yeah, glad that he was there. Glad I got to meet him, because like I said, we never met in person before. But yeah, it was good to hang out with him. He's like the realest dude, like the realest dude. If you're ever like, who would I want to hang out with from the tech crowd? Like, you probably want to hang out with Brian. Like, I would have no problem with you being like, I want to hang out with Brian Phillips over Brian Stroh, because he's like, he's got some stories. He just keeps everything he says is totally real, man. He's like, he will get you thinking about your own life with the way he talks about stuff. He's great. I'm glad that I actually did get to meet him, because he and I talk constantly, but we never have done anything in person. So super chat from Diego Maldonado. You're very handsome and nice beard. Thank you, sir. Mom, is that you? No, thank you very much. All right. Ethan Cahill, is there anything you regret not getting to see at CES? No, I saw like everything. So the only thing, like I said, maybe earlier, that I would want to do is spend maybe a little more time on the show floor, if we could swing it, and see non-PC stuff, and not even to make videos about it. Just like, there's a whole hall in the convention center that I don't even know if Mike's ever been to, but it's all cars. It's like all cars, car tech, AI, like self-driving. Like, they have all the new cars are displayed over there. And I would love to go and spend some time over there and just hang out. But as far as like vendors go, I went to all the vendors that I work with, and I saw everything that they were showing. So yeah, there wasn't really anything that I felt like I missed out on as far as like PC stuff goes. What booth or suite do you think had the overall best stuff at CES? From Skull says that. Not necessarily best single product, but best in show overall. I don't know. It's probably AMD, to be honest. Like, that's the so it's really interesting meeting with them. So I didn't make a video on AMD. I didn't make a video on AMD last year either, because a lot of that stuff comes they do a keynote beforehand, so a lot of the information is out ahead of the time when I'm scheduled to meet with them personally and talk one-on-one with like their engineers and stuff. So that was Thursday, I think I met with AMD, and their keynote was Monday. So by the time I met with them, all the information was already out. I didn't really want to do a video on it because it felt like that would be a waste, but seeing like how enthusiastic they are about their products is really great. Like, a lot of companies are like, yeah, here's our new AIO, we put RGB fans on it this year. And AMD's like, we made a 64 core processor, we made an 8-core 16-thread mobile processor, our graphics cards are kicking ass in the mid-range. Like, they're like infectiously happy and enthusiastic about their own products. And it's great to see that from a company. And they're not wrong. Like, their stuff is awesome right now, and everything they put out is great, basically. Like, they got the Midas touch all of a sudden. So yeah, it was good to go and see AMD and talk to them. We had 2 half-hour sit-down meetings with them. So the first half hour was like CPUs, second half was GPUs, and we just chatted. You got to chat with the people who are actually making the product, and it was a good time. They're good people over there. Super chat from Hugh Wong. What is the best AIO for 3950X in your opinion and with your experience? Anything better at CES? And please do more live vids. Well, I'm going to try to stream more, that's for sure. The best AIO for 3950. So, okay, I built my 3950X system with an air cooler. It's not the easiest chip to cool. It's 16 cores, but it's not a 9900K. I'll tell you that. It's not a 7980XE. You could do it with an air cooler. You could probably do it with a 240 AIO. So if you like the best AIO for it, I don't know. They're all so similar when you get up to like 360 millimeters. There are some that claim better performance than others. Every vendor we saw this year that was showing an AIO was like, this is the best performing AIO. Why? Tell me why it's the best performance. Why is your Asetek based 360 millimeter AIO 10 to 15% better than your competitors' same AIO? Asetek based 360 millimeter AIO with a 25 mil rad. Why? And they're like, oh, the fans. Nah, bro. That's not how it works. Like, everybody wants to say that their AIO is that much better. When it comes to similar sized, you're going to get similar performance. Like, some have better mounting mechanisms, that's for sure. Some have better warranty support. Some have prettier AIO, like pump tops. But if you stick a 360 on a 3950X, you'll be fine. If you stick a Noctua NHD15 on there, you'll be fine, which is what I did. There's a lot of ways to cool that chip for sure. That's a different question if you're asking like about Threadripper or something like that, which needs specific cooling. Another super chat, Kevin Toole. The Beard of Doom approves of infectious happiness. All right. Yeah, they were amped, man. They are kicking ass and they know it. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit and choose a question at random. What upcoming products are you looking forward to benchmarking? Says Jaron Hatch. Well, the problem is with that question that I can't tell you. I guess I could tell you if they were far enough out, and I can't tell you if they're products that I currently have. Right? Yeah, I without being too specific. Maybe in the future, I certainly look forward to benchmarking Intel's next generation of CPU, because that's going to be really, really telling as far as the direction of their company. I think they are in big trouble. And if they don't show something at Computex, like literally anything at this point, show something, then I think that they are so far behind. I can't imagine they're going to let another big trade show go by without firing back in some way, even if it's another stupid 28 core demo on a chiller like they did with the 3175X. Like, just show something. Like, get people talking about Intel again, because right now it's like all of a sudden AMD's got lockdown on desktop, right? The AMD Ryzen crushing Intel. They've got a lockdown on high-end desktop. Threadripper hammering the 10980XE and the 10 series line, whatever you want to call it, right? They've got the new mobile chips, which are certainly going to be more powerful than Intel's mobile chips. We don't know about battery yet. That might be the biggest decider with those chips. But the AMD has a competitive product in mobile now. And in enterprise, EPYC is just crushing Intel right now. Like, the market share right now for Intel in enterprise is still bigger because so many enterprise solutions rely on Xeons, but and those don't change over like desktops do. But when it comes to building out new enterprise solutions, like EPYC is kind of the choice now. Intel's in trouble. Like they're not, their stock price is fine, right? And they don't seem to be hemorrhaging money for now, but they're like losing mind share. It's like everybody's like, what processor are you going to buy? It doesn't matter what you're talking about, what segment of the market you're talking about. The answer is AMD, and that's got to be really, really hard for Intel to hear. OBS says it disconnected and then reconnected. Did we lose? We did. Okay. Okay, sorry. We dropped there. We're back. I don't know what happened. OBS disconnected. We're back now. Okay. Still going through Super Chats. Evocati Productions? Have you checked out the Optimus blocks yet by Optimus Advanced Water Cooling? Their foundation and signature block from my testing gets you about 4 Celsius cooler than the next best performer. Optimus is that small company from like Chicago, right? I haven't, but it's funny because we were talking with EK about that company. Okay. So yeah, so I don't know. I haven't checked them out. I haven't used any of their parts, but I've heard of them. And apparently EK's heard of them too, so they must be doing something right. Okay. Remix says GN and PC World put out a great piece called Intel's in Trouble, worth the watch. Cool, I'll go check it out. I think they did something similar like Computex, didn't they? I mean, Intel's been in trouble for a while. All right, let's see. A Rock 72, the Adobe Pro CC 2020 update really hurt Intel's advantage for content creators. Yeah, I don't know what Adobe did there, but man, they flipped some switch, and all the AMD processors are now better than Intel. So cool, whatever. I'll use whatever is best for me for Premiere. That's for sure. Like I'm using Threadripper now. Like I never would be super happy about using AMD. I used AMD in the past. I used the 1950X system for a while. It was fine. I temporarily used like a 1700X based system for like long-term testing. It was fine. I always wanted to go back to Intel. Intel was always better. And now I have this, and I don't want to go back. Like this is so good. 3960X for Adobe Premiere. If you are an editor, get a Threadripper chip. I preached this to so many people this week, like that aren't yet on Threadripper and were asking about it. Just do it. Like you will not regret it. This is so much better of a workflow. Scrubbing is better, exporting is faster. I haven't had as many crashes, which is weird because it's Adobe and it crashes all the time. Yeah, just really good all around. Wow, there's a lot of comments coming through. Okay, yeah, Mike keeps posting the giveaway link, so if you guys were still curious about that, I talked about that earlier in the stream. It's for a whole bunch of swag. There are 10 winners. Things like water bottles from Thermaltake. This is like a nice Thermaltake water bottle. Thumb drives, t-shirts, backpacks, stuff like that. There's 10 winners. US only, must be 13. Gleam link down below to enter. Okay, what is the most you should spend on a GPU with a $1,500 budget? So I don't know. $1,500 is a lot. You get a 2080 Super for that kind of system for sure. Wow, these are scrolling really fast. Sorry guys, sorry if I missed your question. I'm trying to catch up with everybody, and there's a million of them. Keith wants to know if I'm giving away any of the Band-Aids that were given out. No, but I have one on my finger here, if you could see it, as a Band-Aid. I was opening a bottle of wine yesterday, and I gashed myself with this stupid opener, like a noob. Richard in Alaska, would you still recommend Threadripper for someone who is just starting off their first YouTube channel? No, that's actually a good and relevant question. If you have the budget to put into that without causing any stress on any other part of your life, sure. It's the best video editing solution right now. But you don't feel like you have to for a channel that may or may not take off. Like if you wanted that to use as part of your channel and also for other things, and even if your channel doesn't go anywhere, you're going to get use of it, cool. That's fine. Go for it. But I always encourage people to start small. There's no reason to invest like such an enormous amount of wine. Sorry, I read another question. Enormous amount of money and wine. Why would you invest wine? An enormous amount of money in a platform that is, unless you're going to be using it for other things, because you just don't know what's going to happen with your channel. I wish you all the luck in the world, but it's a slog. It's slow going, and don't expect immediate success, and don't expect to like invest a whole bunch of money and that will make your channel successful. That's not the way it works. So sure, if you have other uses for it. Otherwise, stick to something a little less pricey, because this stuff is expensive. Adam Jimenez, did you get any word on B550 boards from the tight-lipped peeps at CES? Nope. There's like, I asked. Like, there's B550 is just like not a thing. Like, I mean, sure, like it's a thing, but nobody's talking about it. There's no timeline for it. I think AMD, I forget who said this to me. AMD was likely very happy with the performance of B450 with Ryzen 3rd Gen, and how B450 is becoming like the go-to platform, to be honest. Because like especially boards like the Tomahawk and whatnot, like they still work great, and there's no reason to go like super high end just for like PCIe Gen 4 on a budget platform. So yeah, nothing on B550 right now. Go B450 if you want budget. WCCF, thanks for giving starters solid advice on not going in too deep up front. Yeah, man, it's true. What do you do for a living? I work in insurance. I'm an insurance dude. I'm not a sales. I don't sell insurance. I work for an insurance company doing things. I work from home. It's nice. I work right there. So I do travel a lot, but working from home in general is allowing me to do a lot more with this channel. So that's really good. Hugh Wong, 99 cents? With the comments of just with the 100 emoji. All right. Well, thanks, man. I just want you to know that 99 cents is not quite 100. So I think you messed up, bro. Paul Hendershot, you're my new favorite channel. What? Thanks, man. I've seriously learned a lot from you. Just built a Threadripper 3960X system on a Zenith Extreme 2 and a Thermaltake View 91 with a custom loop and way too much Thermaltake Ring Plus RGB. Yeah, cool. Like, I hope you enjoy it, man. It's a killer system. MB67, any wine recommendations? That is the question that I read before when I flubbed my what else I was saying. I had wine on the brain. Yeah, I think I've said this before. I really enjoy. So I think there's a lot of there are a lot of California wines that I've really gotten to enjoy. But I think my favorite is probably still like a good Willamette Valley Pinot and Pinot Noir. And where were we? We went to Willamette this past June, and we went to, wow, why can't I remember? Penner Ash. Fantastic Pinots. PENNER-ASH. Penner Ash. And amazing views. If you ever go out to Oregon and you want to go to a winery, go to Penner Ash. Sit on, like, they're like top of a mountain. You could go sit in their like tasting room area, which is like open, and you're just like looking out from the top of a mountain over like the entire Willamette Valley. It's pretty sick. Penner Ash is really good. Also, if you want like a good Merlot or like an Old Vine Zin, look into Gurgich from Napa Valley. All right. Mike Barodin, hello from Montreal, Canada. Like your videos. Well, I like your city. So thank you very much for stopping by. Love from New Jersey. Man, I'm from Long Island. We should fight. Just kidding. Kind of like I'm okay with New Jersey. Now I am anyway. Let's see. Will we see AM5? Christopher Wilkins says. Yeah, sure. Not this year. Eventually, probably next year. Kevin Toole, did you ever get the white and pink LED situation fixed? I had to intentionally overclock my Trident Z Neo into boot loop to fix mine. I never did. It's on rainbow right now, so it's fine. I have my, so I took the Fantex neon strips and I put it around the entire border of the case, in addition to also on the side and in the back behind the radiator, and I left them on rainbow, and the silicone neon strips are great. Like, a lot of companies are making them now. They look awesome. But I have them on rainbow, and I have the memory on rainbow, and the LEDs inside the distro block are rainbow too. And I mean, still looks great. Like, I love the way this system looks. I guess, wish that it was the color scheme that I had planned, but yeah, that one DIMM slot being out of sync, I just couldn't get it I couldn't fix it. I don't know what happened there. So it's not worth the trouble for me to disassemble everything and switch the motherboard out. This is a lot of work to get the system in here. So just gonna leave it. I still think it looks great, and it's working awesome. Health and Yummy. I don't live there. I don't live on Long Island anymore. I'm born and raised on Long Island. Now I live in Maryland. I'm building a new PC for gaming. I have the money for AMD 3900X, or should I wait? Okay, these questions come almost every single stream. I get this question: should I buy this? Should I buy X, or should I wait? If you need a system, buy it. Like, that's always the answer. There's always something coming new next, right? There's always something that's on the horizon or rumored or whatever. Like, companies have announced something, it's coming soon. Like, there's always something coming in the computer industry. Even if you buy something that just came out, guess what? In a year, there's something else. Are you going to wait? If you need something, buy it. The 3900X is a killer chip. If you want to build a computer, definitely do it. But if you want to wait, like, later this year, AMD will have something else too. So, yeah, that question is always a little weird for me to answer, because I always just think, just do it, man. Just, like, components are really good. It's a good time to build, so do it. Apache Flameworks, what was the camera call that you're streaming on right now? This is the Sony A6400, the Sony Alpha 6400. And it's got the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. It's a prime lens. Tangent. I would love to do more camera content. I love cameras. I nerd out over camera stuff all the time. The amount of camera videos that I watch on YouTube is stupid. And I wish that I could do more, like, lenses and cameras reviews, and, like, talking about how I use my cameras, and, like, I don't know, workflow and production work and stuff like that. I don't think it would play that well. I did a little bit of that content, like, back when the channel was younger, and, like, nobody cared. Nobody watched those videos. And I just kind of shied away from them as a result. But I love camera gear, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted this specific camera, and I brought it to CES with us. We used it for a day, and it was great. Like, at Computex, I might just bring this. I might not even bring an A7 III, just because it's so light, it's easy to carry around. It's more compact than the A7 III. The only thing is the battery life on this is a little worse. I specifically wanted this versus the 6600 because this is like $500 cheaper, and it's going to be plugged in the whole time anyway. So it wasn't a big deal for me. But if you're looking for a camera to like run and gun with, the 6600 might be a little better because the battery life is better. But the A6400 is awesome. Mike says you should see about doing some content with your bro. Yeah, my brother is a wildlife photographer. He has a silly Instagram. If you guys want to go check out some sick bird photos and fox photos and whatever else, he's at Nick Stroh. Hold on, I'm gonna type it. At Nick Stroh Photo. This is on Instagram. If you guys are into that, like, go check out his work. He does amazing stuff, and he's got some. It's funny. I have like the silly video camera gear. He's got the silly photography camera gear. So he's got like, and he's all Nikon. So whereas Nikon is poop garbage for video, it's awesome for stills and for wildlife photography. So he's got a Nikon. I don't know what model Nikon he has, but he has like a lens that's this big. It's enormous. And he takes some silly photos. Yeah, see, MB67. I happened across your brother's Instagram, and I love his nature photography. Yeah, it seems that photography runs in the family, I guess. I'm not great at photography. I take an okay photo. Whenever my wife and I are out, and like, you ever be like walking in somewhere, and somebody's like, hey, can you take a photo of us? She's always like, he could do it. He's much better than me. And I'm like, I just point the camera, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not a photographer. Like, I'm decent at videography and framing things and whatever else. But, like, photography is a different animal. So, I don't know. But, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, it's we've been streaming for an hour, so I'm gonna answer a couple more questions. Like I said, there's like a million of them here. If you guys have anything else, if you guys have any other super chats or anything you want me to see, like, get them in now. You don't have to. Please don't donate if you don't want to. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to answer just a couple more questions. Okay. And sorry if this is making some weird noises. Remix, Brian, I need wine recommendations for our state. You, sir, need to go to Black Ankle Vineyards. Black Ankle in Mount Airy, Maryland. Check them out. Black Ankle. Tell them I sent you. How about that? Tell them that Brian and Megan Stroh sent you. Ask for Nikki. I go there way too much. Okay. Opinion on the P400A by Fantex. So here's an interesting thing. A lot of case manufacturers were showing cases this year that were just basically the same designs that they had before, but with mesh. So clearly, Steve and Gamers Nexus have had a huge impact on the market, and manufacturers are realizing that they really need to make sure that airflow is a priority for PC parts that generate heat. Who would have thought? But it seemed like there wasn't a whole lot of innovation as far as cases go. Like, so Cooler Master showed off a new case. I forget the model number, but like, it was the same cases they had, except they had mesh on the front. Fantex P400A air mesh on the front. They showed off they had P500A, which was interesting because it was a very inexpensive version of the Evolve X. Instead of those aluminum front panels, mesh on the front. So, like, if you like those original cases and you like those layouts, it's the same thing, just with mesh. So, it's a good case. Yeah, the P400 was a good case. And now it flows more air, right? So, did you take your dog with you to CES? No, can't do that. Okay. Two more. At random, two more. But even though they're at random, they gotta be good ones. Oh, this is a good question. Lamut Productions. Did the vendors push what they wanted you to do videos about, or was that completely your choice? Yeah, that's not up to them. Like they could choose what to show us, but I don't have to put anything on video that I don't want. And there were a lot of times, and Mike can corroborate this, where we saw something in a booth and the vendor's like, "Yeah, this is our new crazy thing," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care about that. Like, we're not doing a video about that, you know. Like, I'll let them talk to us about it, and get out their energy about it. But at the end, I'm just like, nah, it's like, we're not. Let's move on. We'll talk about something else. So they don't have any say about what goes into our videos at all. Even our sponsors cannot tell me what to put in my video. The sponsors were great this year. Fractal, Corsair, Thermaltake, 3 case manufacturers. I don't know how I pulled that one off. But yeah, they were great. Met with all of them. They were very appreciative of any coverage that we gave them. They don't dictate any of that. Of course, if somebody sponsors you, you should make an effort to go and see them and produce some kind of content for them. But unless that's specifically stipulated in your contract, you do not have to. And they never say you must cover this or that. Never. If any company ever did that to me, I'd be like, you go screw yourself. Like, I make that decision. It's my channel. David Wilson, what happened at CES that will stay at CES? Well, this one time... No, I can't tell you that. Eric Day, I saw you had a bunch of meetings while at CES. Can we expect some big things coming up on your channel? I mean, always. I always have a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. Big things? Yeah. I mean, as big as I can make them, that's for sure. Okay. Juan Carlo, what would be your pick for the best ITX case right now? That's hard. That's a hard question because so as far as like super small, there's like the TU-150, I think, is a phenomenal case. But like there's like big ITX cases. Like if you want, you could water cool in ITX cases, and if you want that, you don't want the TU-150. So that's hard. Like if you had a specific use case, I might be able to tell you. I have to ask. Currently, Ken says I have to ask for custom loop. Would you do push pull with 45 thick rad or pull with a 60? I can only do one of those options. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that there's going to be that much of a difference, to be honest with you. The problem is that with a 60 mil rad, like, I don't know why you want to use a 60 mil rad to begin with. If you're stuck with one radiator, I guess you want to make it as thick as you can. But if you need more cooling, I'd rather split it up into multiple radiators because it's easier for fans to push air across the fins. That's if you don't have a 60 mil rad. So, one set of fans on a 60 mil rad might be not enough airflow across, not enough static pressure to cross that span. So maybe push pull on a 45, I guess. That's a really tough one. I would try to expand your loop in other ways, multiple radiators instead of doing a 60. I don't like 60 mil rads unless you for some reason have just the beefiest case in the world. Hugh Wong, another super chat. As we go out, we're almost done here. When building a new PC, what is on your mind? How do you approach the build? Oh man, that's a kind of open-ended question. It really depends. So I build a lot of PCs, right? And a lot of them are for the channel. So a lot of times it's a specific build with a specific target, like a price target or a performance target or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about, like what would make sense. I always try to make a balanced build. I never want to try to skew too heavily towards a baller GPU and a crap CPU. That makes no sense. I'd rather use balanced components, everything along the same price tier. So that's really what I'm trying to do and show you guys how to build a balanced system, whether or not it's a budget system or a super high-end system. Like, I want to make sure that all the parts make sense. So that's probably what I'm thinking about the most. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, how much NVIDIA has paid me to put the parts in the video. I have to think about that too. All right, last question. I don't know which question should I choose. Okay, where's the 2060 KO reviews? I figured there'd be lots by now. Well, I have mine. Where is it? I don't know. It's over there somewhere. I have it. It just got here, though, the other day, so unfortunately, I haven't had time. I'm working on it. It's coming. You'll see some numbers soon. Last super chat from MB67. Just a donation. No question. Keep up the good work. That's why I like you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And another super chat. So, gotta read it now. Stupid money donations. Do some content with UFD. Give him CES swag and his wife a pink hoodie. I don't know him. I would love to work with him, but he is in Florida, so it's a little far away. He didn't come to CES. I would have liked to have met him, unfortunately. So yeah, maybe sometime in the future. Thanks so much, everybody. We're all done. Mike just put the Gleam link down there again. Thanks for watching CES content. Really means a lot to me that you guys stick around and watch my stuff. So yeah. Go enter that giveaway. Go win a water bottle or a backpack or thumb drive or something like that. And I'll post the winners on Twitter. Make sure you check your spam for the winner email because you have to respond in order for me to send you stuff. So check your spam, like I don't know, tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the stream. It's been fun. Check you guys next time. Goodbye.